Hello, everyone. We're back here with War in the Pacific Admiral's Edition. It is April 13 turn resolution. That is April 13 in 1942. And, of course, more unloading of at Cooktown. Hopefully I have some surprises up my sleeve, but it could backfire depending on his fighter cover, but yeah. Alright, here's our second bombardment. And I told them to go ahead and head home afterwards, so we won't see them again for a bit. And maybe never. I don't know if this is doing much anymore. We've already really wrecked the base, so mostly with bombers. And this time I let my destroyers shell it as well. See, look at this. Like nothing more to be gained here. Just some casualties on his troops. And very minor casualties at that. All right. Not sure what that's all about. Sometimes when I hear that, I wonder if it's the radio signals that the SIGINT tells us about. But anyway. Aha. PBY has found something. Alright. So, short lens bombing raid. Here we go. Some minor damage. He took 2 damage nels. Maybe some ops losses there, hopefully. Okay. I don't know. These bombing raids, I don't know how much supplies they use, but I don't know if it's worth it anymore for the one by Tarakan or Zamboanga for that matter. Alright, we relocated a bunch of aircraft in here, some to Batavia, some various locations. We do still have some aircraft here, but while we moved our aircraft back here, we're bombing the ground troops here. The reason being is he's bound to do an attack very soon, and I just want to keep his troops a little bit fatigued, disrupted, beat up in some way. And then I sent in these lighter bombers to hit this hex right here. So his tanks, and we got nothing. Yeah. All right, Kumok bombing. I meant to switch to bombing port because we're hitting runway, but I just don't know how much more damage we can do to that. So I'll at least switch some of my planes to. Oh yeah, I need to look at the altitude also, because there's no point in being damaged for nothing. Alright, so I swept here because I was afraid of zeros or something covering, but our bombers got in and disabled 10 of his non-combat squads, so that was kind of a nice raid. Alright. Having our transports unloading in Denny has gotten his attention, but that's okay. I should say for now it's okay, because if he decides to attack Luganville or Ndeni or something like that, he may not have to, but he seems like he may have to pull troops from his Australia operations. I don't know. Anyway, he bombs us to good effect here, even with the terrain. Wonder why none of our sweeps went. What am I doing wrong here? Okay. So the I-25 is still hanging out here northwest of Pago Pago. And because of that, my transports are going up around like this. Up behind Savai. I'm not sure if I got that right. More unloading here. All right, land phase. So, oh wow, he's going in for another deliberate attack immediately. No rest for the weary. Well, he did knock down our fort, so he probably thinks now's as good a time as any. Oof. But our fort level remains 1, and he has 1 to 2 odds. He takes a lot of casualties, mostly disabled, of course, as is to be expected. Almost equivalent destroyed. So that's going to hurt us more in the short and long run, but this is he's trying to I think one of the reasons he's pushing it is because he doesn't want to waste time. He wants to get these ground troops freed up for Australia. It's just a hunch. So he decides to bombard, and he does have some decent artillery here. So we'll see what the casualty totals result in. Ooh, 4 destroyed squads. That's pretty epic bombardment. And he's bombarding us here as well. So that'll probably be pretty strong as well. Oh, no effect. No visual effect. This should fall, except for maybe they're holding. Yeah, he's got it. Should be surrendering. Yep. So he's finished Mindanao, and now he just has to get these small bases in here. Oh yes, this is amazing! It finally went through. Oh, that's what I was hoping for. That's pretty epic. So, yeah. Now, it's not as epic as I wanted to because the Japanese are just hard to destroy. You can disable lots and lots and lots, but they just keep coming back. So, 10 squads versus 2, 2 engineers versus 0, 1 gun destroyed versus none, I guess. 2 destroyed, 2 destroyed. So similar results, except for squads. But the disabled is what's gonna, and part of the reason I wanted to beat him here is now all these hex sides are mine, except for the one he just came in at. So that means, first of all, he's going to get some very slow supply coming in here. He can't go up the road he can't go up the road either way, so that's going to be nice. And he'll have to knock us out of that hex. And it's also going to be hard to reinforce this. So his best bet is air attacks and maybe what I would do probably is just take Pegu and then work your way up here and reinforce and push me out. That's what I'd do, because I don't know what he was doing here, and maybe someday I'll find out. But for now, we held, so that's good. Very cool. All right. He's not even bombarding us here. Now, I wonder if he's low on supplies and he just doesn't want to waste them anymore. But that's fine. We'll do it for him. All right. So making a dent here. 6 total disabled things, 1 of ours. And we are replying, although our artillery is nothing compared to his. So... but let's take advantage of the assets we have, except for that was a backfire. We're bombarding here. Let's see what comes about as a result. Yep, 5. So some even more disabled, and hopefully he's fatigued and disrupted after all that. We've got plenty of supplies. Our disabled should recover. We should be fine. We'll see. A few small expansions. Okay, we got a submarine undergoing refit. Okay. That may have to do with, yeah, that has to do with some shuffling of air units I was doing there in Java. Oh, we got something in Australia. Oh, and that reminds me, I'll be right back. I'll let you know what I'm thinking of. All right, this isn't what I was thinking of a second ago. Well, a second for you, but I just wanted to jump over here since it starts at Pearl Harbor. I thought I'd come visit the West Coast. So Enterprise and Yorktown have just come out of their refit, and we have better anti-aircraft. Not a ton better, but looking good so far. Is this the last upgrade? I guess so. But yeah, I'm still excited about the new toys we've got, the new equipment that's on there. And I believe we may have some subs that came out of their refit. Nope. Okay, not yet. All right. We can take a look here and see when the Gudgeon just got in there. The Finback will be with us next tomorrow. That's it. Okay. All right. Let's jump here and then I'll tell you what I was thinking. So only 1 ops loss and he had 4. Okay. So let's see what that ended up being. So 1 Sally, 1 Betty, 1 Nell, and 1 Jake, and we had a B-25 Mitchell. Most likely over Java. In fact, I think that's the only ones we have actually flying missions right now. All right, so I had no idea his intentions on the board. So he took Singapore, he took Luzon, I did, first of all, was Java next, and finally he recently invaded that. Is he trying to finish taking Sumatra? Is he wanting to hit China, Burma, and then China up from the south, or even rail back up this way and work some kind of pincer strategy up in China up here? Anyway, I had no idea his intentions when the 6th Australian Division showed up. So here's what needs to happen. Australia has been invaded, so I think forget historical, whether, I mean, because first of all, throw it out the window because that ship has sailed. But the 6th Australian Division, I believe, would say, we'd like, you know, we'd rather protect our home, Australia, than this foreign island, Ceylon. So what we're going to do is we're going to gather everybody at Colombo and ship them out. We're going to bring them to Australia. We need the 6th Australian Division quickly. So far, these two strong points, Noumea, well, Lafoa here, and Port Moresby, is keeping him some divisions locked down, but that won't be for long. First of all, he's withdrawing from here, which I hope we can block with some naval presence, maybe. I don't know. If he brings KB here, I think he'll get away with it. But anyway, yeah, nice. Finally got these aircraft unloaded here. But back to what let me finish my thought. I'm getting I'm squirreling here. So he's going to be starting to bring more and more and more troops into here. This doesn't look like a diversion. It looks like an invasion that he's hoping to beat, and that's why he's bringing more troops and bombarding us here. So far, he doesn't have a lot right in this hex, but I don't know what's coming. I do know he's got some things happening here, and our subs are piddling around. I wish they'd figure something out. So I might just send some subs into this port hex too, by the way. But having said that, so I'm bringing some troops up here to hold this hex. I've got some troops heading here and already troops here. So at least, hopefully, we bottle him up into the northern part. But as he brings some divisions in here, he's going to start just pushing us back further and further. And the 6th Australian Division will be needed by, at some point soon. Now, the reason I'm not totally going for broke and getting rid of all of our garrison strength here, AVs, is because I don't know if he's going to do an actual invasion here. I kind of doubt it, but I mean, this would be ripe for invasion. But Cooktown, yeah, that's not a bad. That's probably one of the best places to invade. I think this one would be very complicated. You'd either have to go up like this or through here. Anyway, not a bad airbase, but not as good of a port. So, anyway, I feel like this is Ceylon is probably safe. So we're gonna pack up and get everybody out of here. So everybody in the 6th Australian Division. So that's gonna happen. Likewise, I'm gonna gather up every unit that won't, and I may even grab up, well, I can't, this is locked. Okay, so anything that's not locked, this is locked. So these are supposed to be good examples, but I'm picking terrible ones. This one's heading to the South Pacific. I have it scheduled to Luganville. That may or may not change. But for example, well, that's again locked. I guess let me look at this. So I could move that. These harbor defenses, I don't know if it's worth, I mean, wow, that's 112. That's not bad. 14-inch, 12-inch. Look at this. But that'll only work if he's invading. He may not be invading everywhere. So CBs, I mean, what are they doing here? Get them out of here, right? Get them. We need everything we can. Combat Engineer Regiment, Field Artillery Regiment. Maybe not the camp, but 159th Motor Regiment. 840 days. I mean, let's go. Let's get these motorized rifle units down there. Or more artillery. I mean, clearly these two. And so basically I'm going to go around the map and I'm going to strap mode everybody to LA, like everybody. We're going to strap mode. Whatever's here is going to, I mean, not this we've got already scheduled for Johnston, but maybe already getting the C regiment down there. Yeah. So, and I've got to work on some of these, like Coastal AA Regiment. Sure, bring it. USN Base Force. Yeah. What else here? Yeah, for sure the artillery, the base force. Do we have, what do we have here? SF base force. Yeah, this is plenty. We'll pull this 220th USN base force. I'm not gonna reinforce anything that is locked though. So we'll have to flip it. We'll have to buy it out first. But yeah, I'm gonna grab all of this stuff. There's no need for it to sit here. But even if it's going to be withdrawn or scheduled to be withdrawn, like this, we need you, man. We're going to get these 155s to Australia. Same, more artillery, 155s to Australia. Let's see the cost. 269. Yeah, we're buying. I'll be methodical about what I buy and try to think the optimal best purchase, but I'm not even going to bother keeping anybody here because I mean, if you're buyable, you're going to LA, and then I'm going to start processing who's being bought first and so forth. So that's what I'm going to be working on. I mean, this can't go, but I think I found one in Sacramento. Well, okay, yeah, that infantry regiment. Any back base forces? Well, this is already heading there. Nope. So we've got our work cut out for us. This combat engineer regiment, this is should be Coastal AA Regiment. I mean, who needs it more? We got 1, 2 AA regiments there, and 2 there. Just Kodiak. They got 1. Maybe Seward. So yeah, I got a lot of work to do. So we're going to be gathering as much stuff as we can. Try to gather all of our transport strength and start planning to bring guys down here. We'll bypass Noumea. Noumea's, I think, can hold itself. I think. Bring it down in here, unload, and work it up the rail wherever it needs it most at the top when it arrives. But yeah, we should be okay. Well, yeah. So, all right, we've divvied up some units. I'm unloading the 7th Marine Regiment here. We already got some AV here. Jungle rough. So these should hold, but the idea is to what am I trying to say? The idea is to discourage invasion here. He may not care at this point about any of this stuff, but what if he does and we're so focused on Australia that we forget this? So what I mean is he could be invading this as well as preparing to hit these bases to block our resupply of Australia. So I don't want to assume anything. He may go straight for Pago Pago, but Savai is viable to take, and it's a decent enough base. And of course, Suva is as well. We have 203 AV here, so, and that's jungle terrain, which isn't the best, but got some CBs coming, and the whole point there is, what was the point? Oh, construct engineers. I feel like this needs to be upgraded quicker, especially the fortifications. So what I'm going to do is build up these bases a little bit more and back here as well, and then the CBs can move along. But yeah, and reinforcements are going up here into this area up here. So yeah, did anyone lose any ships this turn? Nope. Did we lose any pilots with our crashes? Nope. Good. Good, good. All right. So, what is happening? What is happening? Okay. So, some weird glitch. Also, I kind of want to scour Australia, see what spare troops I can, but I think I kind of did yesterday, the 13th, and I really didn't find anything. A lot of these are base forces that are kind of positioned such that we can relocate aircraft as needed and such. So and they're not gonna be heavy hitters if I move them up here. So I'm leaving for the most part, and Adelaide, I don't want to remove and we're on only 189 assault, only 187. Even here, only 322. So the assault value down here is very weak. If he landed at Newcastle, it would be just easy peasy. So, and here's only 220. I mean, we really don't have anything. The most we have is actually probably here with 555. And I am already emptying that a little bit. I just don't, the reason we have the most here is because he's probably going to come through here to work his way down. Of course, he has to get past our bottleneck up here first. Now, Darwin has a bit, 611, actually the most. The problem with depleting that would be if he, which I guess I could pull maybe an armored regiment, but he could easily be targeting that as soon as he takes Java, because as we know, there's several divisions sitting here, a lot of troops. He's going up here to cut us off. Okay, that's fine. I think we got all the supply we really wanted out of there, and Batavia is making supply as well. So anyway, I think we're okay, but I just don't want to deplete this too much, and then it's a walk in the park for him, because this is clear, and we've only got level 3, although soon enough level 4 forts. All right, I think I'm going to wind down here. I probably will keep bombing these. These have to. He needs to take a breather, but let's see. Our fatigue is averaging high 20s. Disruption, not bad. So I don't know his numbers, but they've got to be high with that failed attack. Oh yeah. Let's work our way up here. I feel like I had a sweep going. Two buffaloes, nothing. And, in fact, oh, okay, maybe I didn't send AVG. I may send the second squadron in for a sweep, but we'll see. I just am worried he's gonna. I was sweeping this, by the way, because I thought maybe he would expect me to bomb it, but anyway, our sweep didn't even go. But yeah, this was pretty cool. Yeah, our light tanks did good work here. And fatigue, disruption 1, fatigue 13. Yeah, we're in great shape. So I have no worries here. We're blocking the road if he comes up this way. So yeah, now it's just a face-off. I'm gonna have to fly long-range cap for a while because after that wreckage, he's probably gonna want to bomb us almost daily. No air support here, or else I could just do a really quick, easy, short one. But we'll have to fly from here and cap this, keep it capped. And we got no aviation support here either. That's fine. So really, his play would be to take this, because once he takes these two bases, I mean, I'd have to move my fighters all the way to here, which I guess still is within the 4 hex range I could cap. And this has some capacity. Nope, never mind. So even Prome, I have no air ability. All right, so that's that. That was pretty nifty. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm trying to figure something out here. But anyway, right, expansions and whatnot. So there's a swing of victory point swing of a little. He gained over us more, about 56 more VPs this turn than last. But I just wanted to say one of the things I was looking for is army loss points. He lost he had 4 army loss points increase from last turn, which isn't that high. I was hoping it would be more after those 2 major defeats, but the problem is we're not destroying squads, we're just damaging a lot, so that's why. But we took some significant losses, mainly because of the surrender here. But yeah, just gotta keep fighting. So anyway, things are okay. I mean, I say that. There's no proof, and tomorrow could be major defeats everywhere. For example, Singapore, that kind of thing. Speaking of, let's look at our situation here. So very low fatigue and like almost no disruption. So should be okay when he attacks. And we got forts of 4, and he hasn't damaged our base, so we're still building this up. Maybe we can get it. I doubt it. It'd be cool if we could get it to 5 before he attacks, but chances are he'll attack and drop it down. But again, without damaging the base, we'll just keep building it back up. Or that's the hope anyway. But yeah, the unfortunate thing is this is a clear hack. So he has the advantage there. But certainly with that bombardment, which the biggest reason he was doing it was most likely to see what I had. Now that he sees, he'll probably do a regular attack next turn, and we'll see what comes of it. What he doesn't know is how much our fort level is, but he'll find out when he attacks. Yeah, and I can't afford to really reinforce that anymore. The goal is to kind of hold here strongly. I'd like to keep these guys here likewise, because and here's why I'm not going to evacuate Batavia to hold this, is because he could just surround this or even enter it and just sit here and wait for us to die. So I'd rather hold this and the line between, and then if he comes in here and cuts us off, let's say, this is still pretty strong. Plus, I think it's urban light, I want to say, if I'm not reading that incorrectly. So he'll have to fight hard for this one, and we should have level 4 forts when he gets there, by the time he gets there. So I think the north, or well, in geographically west end of Java is fine. is going to be held strongly for some time. The longer this holds in general, whether it's the Western, Eastern, or entirely, um, the later he'll be able to free up these troops to invade Darwin or Perth, wherever he's planning his next operations. Also, hopefully, these buffer islands, he could bypass them, but hopefully they slow him down by trying to take them. And I mean, I would, because you can take these bases and use them to hit us here. This one's the juiciest one, whereas you could still take that one and build it up. But and these aren't terrible. You could take Samlaki and make that a decent air base. So, or Babar. Anyway, so I'm gonna wrap up here. I don't have much more to talk about. Do we have any more aircraft? Yes, we do. The last of the headquarters squadron for 8th Pursuit Group is available to move out of here. So we'll move to Townsville where everything else is. So good. That's one less squadron sitting here, and now we only have 7 aircraft. Hopefully we can get all of them out. Oh, look at this. So he's slowly, apparently maybe they came from here and they're slowly walking across. So yeah. Well, surely there's no rush to take Milne Bay. So, all right. I am not sure if his carriers are southeast. I think basically he's going to go back to replenish. I really don't know. But he was up in here and now he's here. So I'm guessing he's going back, but we'll find out. We'll find out his true agenda probably before long. All right. This has been totally emptied of troops. I will go ahead and let the supplies unload and then let it, it's on remain on station, but I think I'm going to send it to Pago Pago and then home. So I may just do that right now and say, go ahead and leave when you're done. And so they can just start using whatever ops points they still have after unloading and just start heading that way. I'll worry about the routing after they get out of here. Fortifications should build a lot quicker with these engineers parked here. Now, I don't know what he has here. He's always got a bunch of ships here, it looks like anyway. And I don't know if they're building a base, building it up more and more and more to use it either to project down here or to protect their flank so I can't push up into his stuff, Rabal. So I don't know if this is a defensive or offensive base. Ours here is right now just a spotting base with some troops here to kind of hopefully hold against, well, it'll hold against a light invasion, but if he brings enough stuff, it won't. And I may not, let me check this again. Yeah, right now we're just building up the forts, okay? So I may never, or I'm not in a hurry to build up the airfield, because as soon as I do, he'll bomb it to smithereens, I'm sure. All right. Pretty soon we're going to be heading to Johnston. Our carriers have been refit, and I think we're about ready to pull the trigger on that. But yeah, so Luganville, I think, is in good shape. Oh yeah, these transports that are bringing the rest of the Americal Division and as well as the paratroopers, Marine paratroopers is heading here. we will, as soon as they unload, again, head to the West Coast. All available transports I'm gonna send back, and hopefully be ready for hopefully start sending a bunch of masses of troops to Australia. But I think that's going to do it. He hasn't been even bombarding here. I don't know. We'll just keep bombarding him if he wants to be done, and we'll keep bombing this, although I may start bombing the port as well, so we'll see. Maybe I'll keep hitting the airfield. It looks like he's repairing it, and I don't like that. All right. Well, take care, everyone. I'll see you shortly when we talk about April 14 and the turn resolution, and discuss where we're at with the West Coast preparation to get troops to Australia. Take care. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.